Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It is time once again. That's right, for our weekly chill American Truck Sim stream here on DSPGaming. We are in the midst of the busy fall gaming season of 2025. It's actually the 10th of November, and we're still going strong here every single week, playing some Truck Sim, having a good time with each other, chilling, doing some Q&A, and of course, having some brews. This week is no exception. Since we are in the midst of autumn, I decided to get another pack of alcoholic ciders. This one is from Two Towns Cider House. I think it's the Pacific Northwest company, Two Towns Cider House. And I got a couple different flavors. This one is blueberry, cosmic crisp cider, around 8% alcoholic volume. Let's try it out. See you in a few minutes, Captain. All right, here we go. Blueberry cider. So I had the blueberry pomegranate in that other brand. I didn't really like it. Let's see what this one's like. Smells like cider with a little bit of blueberry. I wonder if it tastes the same as the other one. All right, let's find out. It's definitely tart. It's got some sweetness, but it's definitely tart. This one tastes a little bit more like apple juice than the previous cider did. It does taste a lot more like apples than the other one did. So I think I like this one better than the other one. It still might not be my favorite. I like sweeter, but it's not as sweet. It's a little bit on the tart side because of the blueberry juice in there, so. Okay. So let's take a look at where we are and what we're up to. I honestly don't remember from last week where we are and what we're doing. Where are we on the world map right now? We are right in the middle of, is this Casper, Wyoming? That's right. We had done a big drive all the way to Casper. So the question is, do we want to depart from Casper and just drive out tonight, or do we want to actually start at a starting point and end at an end point that we determine here? Jade had suggested San Jose, California. We have actually never been to San Jose in the game, so I don't think they would let me just fast travel there, but maybe they would, I don't know. Let's see. First of all, let's just take a look at jobs in our area. What just happened? I want to click on, here we are. So we have, let's take a look at all the jobs. A large reservoir tank. Look at the size of that thing, 77,000 pounds. Good Lord. Huge, heavy tank. A job for Walmart, just a bunch of empty pallets. Milk scaffolding. A cooling tower. Interesting. Packaged foods, empty pallets. Honestly, nothing super interesting leaving Casper, Wyoming. This one, whoa, this goes all the way down to New Mexico. This might be an all-nighter to go back down to New Mexico. But where do these go? This one goes to Missouri. Whoa, far, far east to Missouri. There's another one in Missouri. Here's Oklahoma. That's even further. Idaho. This takes us west. Twin Falls, Idaho. Arizona. This one would take us at least in the direction we want to go. And then maybe next time, because this is a long drive, maybe next time we would go to California. Unless we just go to, like, something in between. Like, maybe we try to go to Utah or Nevada and then to California. Oxnard, California. You know what? This is pretty darn close to San Jose. See? If we were to do this job tonight, and this is the only job we do, then maybe next time around, we could go from where we're going, this whatever it is, and Oxnard. Maybe we could go from there to San Jose. Because we actually haven't been to California in a while in the game, so maybe this is a good idea. Thank you to Your Future Stepdad for a sub, and thank you for allowing me to see that I need to move my pop-ups. Let's do that right away. There we go. So now they're not blocking anything. Good. And thank you, Your Future Stepdad, for your support tonight so far. 2 subs already. I appreciate that. How about that? How about we do one long job tonight, attempting to get this one done. Let's see if we can do this. This is a very long job, so we have to get working on this right now. But if we get this done, the next week we can maybe do stuff in California, maybe go to San Jose. All right, let's do that. Where is it? Oxnard, right? Okay. So, we need to sleep, and we need to refill. Let's see where we are on the map. Okay, good news is, right down the street from where we are, we've got both. And then there's the job. Wow. We have gas and sleep. And then right next to the gas and sleep, we have where we need to go for the job. This is absolutely perfect. So I think it's kind of meant to be. Seriously, I think it's kind of meant to be. So let's go. Turn around here. Get some gas, get some sleep, and then get going. Nice, it damaged my truck with a simple turn. Isn't that a good start? No? What's my favorite snack at a gas station? I have not ate a snack at a gas station since I used to travel for Street Fighter tournaments. When I used to go to Street Fighter tournaments, I would either like to stop at like a 7-Eleven and get like a big one of those frozen sodas, like the frozen Coke I really liked. I don't know what they call it. I don't know if that's the Slurpee or if it was like something different. But I like the frozen sodas. You know, jerky. I used to really like jerky back in the day. Some nice flavored beef jerky, like the teriyaki jerky or the spicy jerky or whatever. That stuff was pretty good. But again, I haven't traveled and driven to a rest stop in a long time. That was like the mid-2000s. I used to do that all the time with my friends. We'd be driving constantly in the Northeast U.S., going to tournaments and everything. But it's been a very long time since we did that. Let's see here. Oh, there's tons of Walmarts out here. You're not funny. Yeah, there's one in downtown with the town I live in. There's another one that we drive by all the time. There's a bunch of Walmarts out here, yes. JS says, it's like Death Stranding in a way, the plotting of which route to take and making sure that your deliveries end up on time and in good condition. I mean, yeah, this is like real life Death Stranding, you know, what actual delivery, like truckers and, you know, these kind of people do. No, I can't do this blindfolded. In fact, we tried the very, second or third week we played this, I tried blindfolded, and it didn't go very well at all. Basically, I was driving for 10 minutes, and then people were like, you're on the same road for 10 minutes. I was like, I had no idea. Because when you're blindfolded, since there's no actual feeling of motion when you're playing a video game, you have no idea how fast you're going. So I thought I was going fast, and people were like, nah, you were driving 10 miles per hour, 5 miles per hour. I was like, oh, oops. Welcome back from vacation. You went to Dubai for 3 weeks, Ministry of Support? Wow. Did you... So here's an interesting question, right? Stupidly now, everywhere you go, they have this new Dubai chocolate thing, which is just chocolate mixed with pistachio nuts. Do they actually have that in Dubai? Or is that just a dumb thing that they're doing worldwide as a dumb trend for idiots, and they don't actually eat that in Dubai? I'm actually curious if it's real or not. No, I never went to the Jersey Shore, Wrigley, no. I went to Jersey for Street Fighter tournaments, but not the Jersey Shore. You saw it once at a place, it was a tourist trap. There you go. I thought as much. Because it just sounds so dumb. So it's a chocolate bar that has, ground pistachio paste in it or whatever. This is this Dubai chocolate fad that's out there now. And I see it everywhere. Even at my local mall, there's a kiosk selling it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure this is authentic, right? So you got to question, is it real? And I believe it's just another dumb thing that they're trying to take advantage of idiots. It's like, oh man, I got to freaking take advantage of this fad and spend $20 for this. Really? Dark Maggot says, I actually tried it. I wasn't impressed. It's definitely overhyped stuff. I love pistachios. Me too. I actually love pistachio nuts, but I certainly never had this blended pistachio stuff that's supposed to be in this chocolate that's so good. I should try it for DSP tries it. Gee, but which one do I buy since there's apparently 400 companies who sell it now? Who's authentic, right? I told you guys if you gave me examples of different kinds of candy, international candies that you wanted me to do a taste test, I would do a special DSP tries it taste testing candies against each other. Like if you had like 3-4 kinds of chocolate bar from all around the world, stuff like that, I would try to order it online and then do like that kind of a taste test, but I don't know what's good around the world, so I don't know what to look into. Okay. Do I like caramel? Yes. Or caramel? Yes, I think caramel is tasty. One of my favorite candy bars when I was a kid was Caramello, which is just this tasty, milky caramel inside of a chocolate, like milk chocolate bar. It's very tasty, delicious, but it's messy. Every time you bite it, the caramel goes everywhere. Now, wait a minute. We passed the gas station, didn't we? Ah, shoot. I guess, technically, we could take the job and then go sleep and get the gas. Because it's still the same time frame to do the job, right? So I guess we'll do that. Let's take the job, then go sleep, get the gas, and then keep going with the job. Because I goofed and I drove right by the gas station. Okay. I screwed up. I'm supposed to press enter. Okay, here we go. There it is, the Oxnard, California job. Take the job. Okay. Back here. See where it is. Excuse me, sorry everybody. Hooey, what a giant explosion. I just started drinking the cider and I'm belching already. Wow, it's way back here. Where's this trailer? Is this it here? Oh, here it is. So I have to back into it? Yes, I have to back into it to pick it up. Okay. Here we are. Trying to do it without turning the camera around, it did not work. I missed it. So it's a lot easier to do when you turn the camera around and it looks like you're backing up and looking behind you. I tried to use the rear view mirror and I completely failed. So let's do it that other way instead. That's the way that I'm usually successful. Okay? Like this, see? Yeah, this I'll be able to do. Yep, I can do it like this easy. I couldn't do it from the mirror. Go. Okay, hopefully they'll just let me drive straight to get out of here. I hope I don't have to turn around here because this is a tight ass turn if I got to turn around. Well, let's find out. Looks like it might be just a nice straight shot. This is fine. Okay, cool. It might be difficult to get gas with this giant thing behind me, though. I didn't even think about that. That getting gas might be a pain with this thing already attached. I guess we'll have to see. Casper is great. Having a relaxing night tonight. Probably napping downstairs. This is his nap time. He naps on the couch with Cat. Okay. Okay, so once we get on this road, it should be the first right. Should allow us to get gas and sleep. Yeah, I can see it. It's coming up. See it? So we'll do that first, then we'll go onto the highway over there, but I need the gas and the sleep first before we do that. Remember when gas was $1.46 per gallon? I remember when you could go to the gas station and fill up your entire tank of gas. You'd give them a $20 bill and you would get change. I remember that. That was a long time ago, though. Okay. Come on. Come on, we want to begin our journey. Don't make us wait for the stupid light. How much is gas here? It's expensive. We have one of the highest gas prices in the country because our state just raised taxes on gas to try to make money because they said they were at a massive deficit and didn't have any money to pay for anything. I'm serious. They just said, oh, we don't know where the money went. We have no money for anything, so we have to raise everyone's taxes. So they just increased the gas tax. So we're probably between $4.50 to $5 a gallon. I'm not exaggerating. We probably are that high at this point. I mean, we shouldn't be, but we likely are. Let's sleep first. Okay. We are? Okay. Turn around. Now get some gas. We have almost no gas. Must have been that really long job we just did. Sucked all our gas. Thank you, Jizzle DeSanta, for $2. He says, if I ever made a movie, what would it be? I don't know. But honestly, I probably wouldn't want to do a movie about me. That'd be too boring. I'd want to do like a movie where, I don't know, it's an action movie or a comedy movie or a fantasy movie or something like that. I wouldn't want to do a film just about me. I'm not interesting enough. Okay. DSP action movie would go viral. There you go. Very exciting. Marty did a $5 Canadian super chat. Says, these simulator games are funny to me, oddly relaxing. I wonder if there's crazy people who do jobs in real life and then would play the sim after work too. I don't know. Like, that's a good question, I guess, because as I've explained over the years, people always say to me, Phil, do you game off stream? To which I answered, no. Like, I purposefully only game on stream because this is my job. And I feel like if I gamed all day, right, as a streamer, and then I got offline from streaming and I gamed more, I would be burnt out on gaming. Like, I would never want to game them because, like, dude, I just did this all day. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, so you work at a restaurant. You like the food at the restaurant till you work there. Once you work there, you're like, I don't want to eat this food. I deal with it all day. I make it. I smell it. I don't want it anymore, right? I think that happens to a lot of people. Oh, I love burgers. Then you work at a burger place. You don't want burgers anymore. You're just tired of them, right? So it's kind of the same thing with me. I purposefully stay away from games. But I wonder, like, is there a trucker who drives all day but then goes home and says, oh, I also want to simulate trucking and I do the trucking game too? I don't know. And then Jizzle did another $2 super chat. He says, you're interesting as hell. People do vids on you daily. Do people do vids on me hourly? Like hourly. Like they make a video an hour about me. That's not an exaggeration. The thing is, the things they make the videos about aren't interesting. It's just bullshit that they either fabricate or over-exaggerate. Like, I'm really not that interesting of a person, especially these days. Maybe back in the day, you could argue that I was a more interesting person with the crazy stuff I said and did and tried to always get attention, always saying the ridiculous thing. But now I'm just a normal dude playing games, relaxing with an audience, making good money doing it, and they can't stand it. You know, they want their narrative to be that I'm some kind of a weird, you know, deviant criminal, you know, who knows, mastermind, who knows what the fuck they say. I just ignore it all and I just go on my merry way and it doesn't affect me in any way, so I don't care. Now, I have a green turn signal. What are you doing? Look at this guy. I have a green turn signal. What are you doing? Just stop. Let me turn. I'm a fucking semi-truck, you idiot. Okay, let's get on the highway, then I'll update the leaderboard here with all of these contributions. Well, let's get onto the highway first. Or I said the highway, the freeway. Let's get into the freeway first. Beautiful person says, when it comes to flying, like flight simulators and stuff, people who like to fly play the games a lot, but that's because of the insane amount of cost involved with flying. That I can understand. Unless you're like a rich guy who owns his own plane, it probably costs a lot of money to fly because you have to rent the plane that someone else owns and, you know. So if you want to fly, you're going to play flight sim. You're not just going to be trying to fly constantly, right? That makes sense to me. Okay. All right, let's update the leaderboard. We got Jizzle DeSanta, who did two $2 super chats, and then we have Marty, who did a $5 Canadian, which is like 3 and change. So, between those three, let's see here. I actually think Marty's the biggest one. Let's check that. Let's see. Let's go. Currency conversion. Okay, it was $5, so that's $3.56. I was right. So thank you, Marty. That's the biggest super chat of the night. So that's $7 more of support. Up to 23. Thank you. And then your future stepdad just gifted the 3rd sub of the night. Thank you, future stepdad, for that. And that will get us up to $28 of support. Thank you, guys. Very nice. Okay, here we go. Very good. Alrighty. Oh, was there some kicks? Did someone contribute some kicks? Oh, shit. That was close, man. That was real close. I couldn't tell that I needed to get off there. Looks like we have some kicks and we have a sub. I'm shocked I didn't get a ticket right there. I thought I was going to get a ticket and I didn't. We got some kicks in the sub, but allow me to try to get back to a place where I can drive fast again, and then I can update the leaderboard. No, I haven't watched any other truck sim streamers or gamers. No, I have not. I've never watched anyone else do this. Only my own stuff, obviously, because I'm doing it. That's it. McDonald's, food, folks, and farts. McDonald's, food, folks, and farts. McDonald's definitely had some of the stupidest slogans I've ever heard over the years. Food, folks, and fun was actually their slogan for a couple of years. The fuck are you talking about? I don't go to McDonald's for the folks. For the record, I've never once in my life gone to McDonald's just for the people. In fact, what I try to do if I'm going to go to McDonald's, I'll get the food, I'll get the fuck out of there as fast as possible to not have to deal with any of the people there. You know what I'm saying? Okay, might as well update the leaderboard now. So I know there was another sub from your future stepdad. Were there kicks that came in? I think there were some kicks that came in. Oh, the sub was just delayed in chat. Actually, it's the same one. Oh, okay. Never mind. But was there? I think some kicks came in. Let me double check that. Yes, 100 kicks from 220. Thank you, 220, for 100 kicks. That's our first kicks of the night. Thank you, 220. Let's get that on the leaderboard. Okay. Now we're up to 29. Okay. No Kratos fanboy says, were you ever featured in one of the year-in YouTube videos they used to do a decade ago? No, when I was big on YouTube, they didn't do those. They only started doing them when I was already on the decline. Like already when I had This Is How You Don't Play going on and negativity was being thrown my way, that's when they started doing those. So they were never going to have me featured in one of those videos. If those videos had started 5 years earlier, I probably would have been in them. Because I was one of the prominent gaming YouTubers at the time. I was known as the guy to do Let's Plays of any game with improv commentary. I wasn't known as like a specialist or a guru or good, particularly at any one game. I was just the asshole that had funny commentary over any game. I have no idea what Game of the Year at the Game Awards will be. I don't know what these journalists are going to nominate this year, nor do I care. I don't pay any attention anymore. It means absolutely nothing. It's not official. It's nonsense. Why on earth are we driving 30 miles per hour? Can we go a little faster? Like, look at this. Oh. Well, it would be nice to get on the freeway and actually start our job, but the game is giving me a hard time here. Okay. Bloomis says, how did Jeff Keighley convince the entire gaming industry to take him seriously? especially when the earlier Game Awards were so bad on Spike TV. I honestly, do you want to know the truth? It's a case of right place, right time, because we were in the transition of the in-person physical age to the digital age. And what was happening was every year E3 was becoming more and more about money, more and more about packing the building with people that they could make profits off of rather than it actually being a press event about games. And I think a lot of game devs just had enough of that. Notably, I think it was Sony was the first company to start skipping it, and then it was Nintendo, then everyone. So what happened was people started realizing we don't need E3. We can literally do a show that's either televised or a show that's on the internet, and we can have just as much coverage, just as much reach, but we don't need to have an insane booth, a crazy physical presence. We could just do everything over the internet. And when that happened, Jeff Keighley jumped on the chance and he said, Summer Game Fest, Game Awards, let's get it going. Let's make it all about digital presentation. Right place, right time. Particularly, do I even think it was him? No. I just think he had the idea and the money to put it together when he did, and it worked. Being very matter of fact, I don't think that there's anything about the guy that's extra charismatic that he won over the game devs and the publishers to go to his events and present their games at his events, or, you know, that he would get ratings or anything. Again, right place, right time. He jumped into doing the Game Awards when no one took gaming seriously as anything on TV or major media. But what happened was games took off at that time. He was the first one with his foot in the door. So even though you're right, the first few Game Awards were terrible, they progressively got a little bit more interesting every year. More companies wanted to do that rather than E3, and the rest is history. We've had this whole digital movement over the last 10 years. Now, I mean, let's face it, now the game publishers don't even want to make physical copies of games anymore at all. They just want to make the game and give it to you over the internet, you know, digital distribution, so they don't have that production cost of making the physical discs anymore. So, hey, they've cut the physical completely out of the equation. Digital delivery and digital presentation of the product ahead of time. They don't even have to be somewhere. You know what I'm saying? They cut all that cost out of the factor. Now, that cost could be directly profits for them. Or it could just be more money to invest into the game and its budget for its development rather than having to waste all that on the marketing costs and all of that. So that's my take. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe there's some insider information about Jeff Keighley that I don't know about because I don't really know the guy. But, I mean, you're right. The first few Game Awards were atrociously bad, like laughably bad. But then all of a sudden, people started to take it more seriously, and then all of a sudden, the things that had been serious before started to lose prominence. So I think it was the digital transition. Val says the downside of digital distribution is we don't really own the games. You don't own them now anyway. Even if you have the disc, you still don't own the game. You own the right to play the game. You don't actually own the game. If you owned the game, it means that you would have the right to take the code of that game, to edit it, to sell it, to copy it, to do whatever you want. You don't. You don't have the right to do that at all. What you have is a license to play the game, and that's it. That's all you ever had. I think people have this weird misconception because they physically had a disc in their hand that they actually physically owned the game. No, you don't. You only have rights to do certain things with what's in your hands. Otherwise, if you owned it, you could do whatever you want. You could literally do whatever you want with the game. You could buy a copy of Street Fighter 6, rip all the content, edit the game, put in new characters, change things about it, and then resell it because you own it. You can't do that. It's not allowed. Wow, this job is not what I thought it was going to be. This is a lot of stop and go. By the way, Ray Ray's 59 with a membership. Thank you, Ray Rays, for the membership tonight. I will get that up on the leaderboard when I get a chance. But once again, here we go. With weird sharp turns, slow, small town driving. I want to get on a freeway and just like floor it. And they're not allowing me to do that right now. A little disappointing. Speeding violation? Oh, great. I was going 35 and a 30 because the speed limit changed suddenly, and I got a $900 speeding ticket. Or was it 700? What a great game, huh? Thank goodness that once you start doing the longer jobs, you're making so much money. Because at first, this hurt. When I was getting those speeding tickets and stuff, that hurt. But now we're doing longer jobs to the point where I'm making tens of thousands of dollars. I don't really care that I got a $700 speeding ticket. What? They give me another one. Are you kidding? This is stupid. No, in this game, the cops don't pull you over. They just give you a ticket. Now, all of a sudden, the speed limit is 80. 80. We went from 30 to 80. Yes, I could disable the speeding and ticket mechanic, but what would be the fun in that? If the entire game has no actual risk or things to adapt to, then what would be the entertaining part about watching me drive? Literally nothing. Great. Can you guys let me go? They're not, look, no one's letting me go. It's non-stop cars behind me. Here we go, this guy's finally letting me go. So I'm just gonna go anyway, because I don't care. I'm just gonna drive right by this problem and ignore it. Truck got wrecked. I wonder how that happened. Because I don't think anything hit it. It looks like it just got destroyed. Wonder what happened. There was this one time, Kat and I were out, and there was a truck just like that, but it was on a regular road. It was like not on a freeway. And it looked like a similar thing had happened. It looked like the center of the, what do they call it, the boxcar or whatever, had like snapped. And it was caving in from the top. And the guy had no idea what was going on. And then all of a sudden, I guess he saw in his rearview mirror, it looked weird. He stopped and he was looking at it. He's like, I don't know what to do. So he probably had to call for help. What would cause that? What would actually cause the truck to just like cave in on itself like that, I wonder? Huh. Okay, so thank you to RayRays59. That's our first membership of the night. Oh, I take it back. That's our second membership of the night. So never mind. I thought that was our first, but it was our second. However, that gets us up to $32 of support. So guys, we are about 40 minutes into the stream. It would be great if we could get a little bit of rallying of support. Can we get to $50 right now? Because we're only just over 30. And remember, I like this. I like chilling with you guys, having a good time. But we do need to hit the goal tonight of 150. If we want to have a good pacing, we want to be around 50 at least by now. So could we get some support, please, everybody? If we hit the 50, that would be great. Can we get some super chats? Can we get a sub? Can we get a tip? Can we get some? It doesn't have to be one big thing. It could just be a bunch of small contributions that add up. But let's get some momentum going. Much like we're finally getting momentum going on our job, let's get some momentum for support. Let's go. Jade says he can't wait to watch Call of Duty on Friday with that gun. Well, to be fair, I don't know how quickly we're going to unlock it. You don't know what Jade is talking about. When I played the Black Ops 7 beta, what was it, about a month ago now? There's a sniper rifle that has 3 barrels. That would probably never happen ever, but it's a triple barrel sniper rifle. It starts to warm up almost like a chain gun does, or a minigun, and then it fires and melts whatever it hits. So it's insanely stupid. It's the dumbest gun, impractical, but it's effective. You could just stand at a way where you know people are going to be coming like a choke point and start warming it up, and you can start getting kills. As they start walking through, they can't do anything. They just get melted. So it was pretty busted, and I did pretty well with it once I understood how to use it. And then the other build that I did really good with was the Predator melee combat build, where basically you go completely invisible. All right, and you can sneak up on an enemy and get a cheap kill. But if you have the right build, you immediately get a speed and damage and like health boost. So you can basically go kill a bunch of people in a row, and even if they try to stop you, for the most part, they can't. That was also pretty cheap, and I was doing really well with that too. So I am looking forward to Black Ops 7 starting Friday. We're going to play it all day long on both of my gameplay streams, and then it'll be a major part of my content for the rest of the month, at least. So hopefully you guys will join me for that. Okay. No, I don't dislike sports. I just don't really have time for them. When I was younger, I was into baseball. Then I was into American football. In the 2000s, for 2-3 years, I actually very heavily followed American football when I lived on the East Coast, and I watched teams like the Patriots, the New York Jets, the New York Giants, stuff like that. It was the Manning era when you had Peyton and Eli who were like competing. That was the era that I watched pro football here in the United States for a few years. But the thing is, I just never really had time to follow all the games and everything. Like, no matter what job I had, I was always too time consuming for me to be following all the games. It's a lot of investment in it, you know what I mean? It seems like the people who are like seriously into sports are into sports and that's their one thing and that's it, because it is such a time investment. But yeah, I just haven't followed it in a very, very long time. Nor do I really care to. I'd much rather focus on other things than have to sink all my time into watching the sport. So who was my NFL team when I was younger? It was the Jets. And then during those 2-3 years that I was following, I liked every New England team. So again, the Giants, the Patriots, I would follow them and, you know, root for them because they were from my local area. There was never a Connecticut team. So I always had to pick a team that was like from the region. Of course the Jets suck. They're horrible. I know. Every year, what would happen is every year, it's just every New York team, I would always like the off-brand New York team. So you had the New York Yankees, then you had the New York Mets, right? You had the New York Giants, then you had the New York Jets. You have the New York Knicks, and then you had the, who was it? There was another one too, right? Like another area team that wasn't as good. But I was always like the one that was the off-brand. So, yeah, the Nets, that was the Nets. See what I mean? Like, I would always like the one that wouldn't do well for some reason. I don't know why, it was just this thing with me. So I always followed the Mets, and the Mets would do good. Like, it was Darryl Strawberry and Howard Johnson, and they would be like kicking ass, and all of a sudden, late season, they would choke for like a month straight and just be out of it completely because they suck, you know? The Jets, again, there was times when the Jets would be doing really solidly great, and then all of a sudden, they just lose, oh, they're gone. What happened? They were doing so good. And every year it would be the same. And I was like, you know what? I stopped caring about that stuff. Too much disappointment. It was the Brooklyn Nets. They were the Brooklyn Nets before they were the New Jersey Nets, right? That's what I'm thinking. They were the Brooklyn Nets. All right, so can we get some support to get to 50 bucks, guys, please? Now we're cruising finally. We're making good progress here in the job. But we need some support now. Let's get to 50 bucks right now. Who's going to do it? It's like 20 bucks, right? Who's going to do a $20 super chat? 4 subs. $20 tip. Here we go. Nick Smith with 2 bucks. He says, they're renaming the New York Giants because it hurts big people. There you go. The Giants are so offended to be called Giant. It's very offensive, right? Like Andre the Giant, if he were around today, he'd be so offended that you're calling him a giant. He'd want to be, you know, Andre the Big Bone, right? So that's what they're going to be. They're going to be called the New York Big Boners. Anyway, thank you. Thank you for $2, Nick. And then your future stepdad gifted another sub. Thank you to your future stepdad. Fourth of the night. We're up to $39 of support now. James' favorite team is the Panthers. The Carolina Panthers? Cool. Are you guys aware? I think I talked about this before. So, we're making a joke about the big boners, right? Are you aware that the word boner, okay, actually has a completely different meaning than what we use it as, much like a lot of names and words change over time? So, the original meaning of the word boner is that you made a big, embarrassing mistake. Now, what people did is they took that word and they said, well, what's an embarrassing mistake? Well, getting a hard-on in the middle of public, so they call that a boner. Get it? So, now, when you just hear boner, you just think, oh, someone has an erection in public. But in reality, that's supposed to mean they made an embarrassing mistake. So case in point, back in the day, comic books used to actually reference this term all the time. There was a whole episode, a whole issue of Batman where it's on the cover of the freaking of the issue. It's the Joker, and it's like a newspaper, and it says the Joker made a big boner, and the Joker's like on the front page, embarrassed. He's like, "Oh no, I made a boner," and it's like that was common back then. That was the language. That was the lingo. No one thought, "Oh, the Joker had a giant erection and he's embarrassed." It was he made a mistake, and that was the whole issue. Was like the media was making fun of the Joker for making a huge mistake when he was trying to pull a crime, and then basically he's trying to get revenge on the media for making fun of him, and Batman has to thwart it. See? It's very weird how words' meanings change over time to become something completely different than what they originally were. My headlights are on, right? I don't see them, though. Look. Oh, there we go. They are on. Okay. They don't look like they were on, but they were on. All right. Yes, this is 100% true. You can find the cover of that comic book on the internet right now. Just I think you got to search. It's like Joker makes a boner or something like that, and it'll usually come up in search. Where are we headed tonight? We are headed to Southern California. We started off in Casper, Wyoming. So this is a very lengthy job, but we're finally on the freeway, so we're making good time. I think we should be able to pull it off by the end of the night, although I may have to rest again, because it is such a lengthy job. What is my favorite big cat? Jade says this is a panther. Probably a lion. I gotta go with lions because, you know, Lion King was all the rage when I was a kid. It was my favorite animated movie then, and it still is. I actually did a whole research project in school about lions and how their prides worked, and I drew lions. I did a lion diorama. So probably it's gonna be lions because I know the most about them. Way station time. No? All right. Thank you for your cooperation. No, Jasper incredibly rarely would meow when he's in this studio with me. I think he's only done it maybe 3-4 times pops out of the hundreds of times that he's been in here with me. And I don't know what it is. It could be the lighting. But honestly, I don't think it's that because he didn't used to meow even before I had this lighting. So I don't know what it is. Something about this room. When he's outside of here, he meows all the time. If I see him in the hallway, I'll just look at him and say, hey, Jasper, he'll go meow. He'll talk to us in the kitchen. He'll talk to us in the dining room, talk to us in the bathroom. He just doesn't talk in here for some reason. I don't know why. There you go. Could be the smell, the overwhelming smell. Because as you know, because I'm in here all the time, it just smells like you know, complete swamp ass in here, right? No, in reality, it smells good in here because usually I have an air freshener plugged into the wall, and I wear cologne now. So it actually usually smells really good in here these days. King Michael, how are you this evening? Good evening, good evening. Guys, I hate to harp on it, but if you can believe it, we still haven't hit 50 bucks of support. And we're almost to the halfway point of the stream, and that is no bueno. If you want to keep Truck Sim in the rotation, I got to urge that you please support the stream tonight in some way. Let's go. When's the last time we shampooed the carpet? I'm not sure of the exact time, but we try to thoroughly clean the carpets about at least once a year. We do have a carpet shampooer. In reality, we do shampoo the other rooms more often because Jasper Kitty, he's a cat. He tends to like barf up hairballs and stuff. So usually we'll get stains and stuff in the bedroom a lot. So that will be way more often. Like I said, in general, usually yearly, we would do that kind of deep cleaning. And man, it's gross when we do it. Oh man, you have no clue if you don't clean your carpets. I have to strongly recommend you do, because you might even think you have a very clean house, but dude, when we do it every time without doubt, it's insane amounts of dirt come out of the carpet. It's ridiculous how much comes out of the carpet. It's out of control. It looks disgusting. Like the water turns dark, like brown, black shit. You're like, what the fuck was in there? It's just dust. It's just dust and dirt, pollen and stuff gets caught in there, and it can't go anywhere once it's trapped. How was dinner? Just basic dinner tonight. Nothing special, King Michael. Just some chicken sausages on buns with some condiments. Very simple dinner for my wife not to have to make something crazy tonight since she worked. All right, we're cruising now. This is good progress for sure. I'm happy now we're finally on our way. Early on it was a little rough, but now we're doing good. Am I interested in seeing the latest Predator movie? If it goes on demand somewhere digitally, I'll probably watch it, but no, I'm not super interested in it. I liked Predator a lot when I was younger, but at this point, I wasn't even aware they had made so many. Like, I knew there was 1 and 2, and I know they made like 2 Alien vs. Predators. And then there was the one with Adrian Brody. That's the last Predator movie I even know of. So if there's any more after that, I didn't even know they existed. But apparently there's a bunch. What cologne am I wearing? Well, why don't we get to 100 bucks of support and I'll tell you what cologne I'm wearing tonight. There we go. Let's go right now. Let's get some support. Let's rally right now. Let's hit 100 bucks. And I'll tell you what cologne I'm wearing tonight. I actually reapplied it right before I came into the office tonight for Truck Sim. It's from the Predator's perspective this time. Oh yeah. He's the weakling of the pack. He needs to prove himself. And the blonde chick from Death Stranding 2 is in it. She's a synthetic humanoid. Who, Elle Fanning or whatever? Oh yeah. She's a synth. Yeah, I saw there's gonna be the trailer reveal for the Mario Galaxy movie in like 2 days. I'm not super excited. I mean, I didn't really like the first Mario movie, but I'll watch it. I'll probably react to it later in the week. Excuse me. Okay, well, Probably another 5 minutes, and then we will probably split the part. I'll try and finish my drink here. Loomis says, what did the Mario movie get wrong? I think Sonic was better. I've only seen Sonic 2. I thought the Sonic 2 movie was just okay. It had some fun parts, but like I feel like the Sonic 2 movie is better if you just unplug your brain and just enjoy it as like an action movie, then it's fine. The Mario movie, here's the thing. Mario is like the one big thing. If you were to say right now, honestly, who is the one character that is synonymous with video games? If you could think of the entire history of video games being entertainment, what's the big character? The answer is Mario. Mario started it all. Mario is the character that brought video games into everyone's home. He was the #1 played game for the longest amount of time. To this day, he's still insanely popular, okay? So if you're thinking, oh, it's gonna be Mario, you're gonna have a movie, right? Well, what's the history of Mario? He started off in regular Mario Brothers, then there was Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario 2, Super Mario 3, Super Mario World. Then there was, what was it? Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and then you get into the 2000s where there was some of the 2D Marios that came back. Then you had Mario Galaxy and all that. Then you have Mario Odyssey. So there's a ginormous history of Mario games. The Mario movie, if you're thinking you're gonna start a Mario movie franchise, all right, have it be Super Mario Brothers. Explain the history of Mario and Luigi, how they get to the Mushroom Kingdom, how they tried to help Princess Peach or whatever. It's them against Bowser, right? Not even no Koopa kids. None of this, it's just them against Bowser. And that would be the movie you're expecting. Instead, what they proceeded to do was try to cram as much Nintendo IP into the movie as humanly possible. Yes, there's Mario and Luigi, but now they have a family. What is this? That never existed before. Oh, look, there's Princess Peach, but then there's all the Toadstool people. But then now you've got the Donkey Kongs are in it for some reason. When were they part of Mario? I mean, yes, Donkey Kong had the, what was his name, Jumpman in it, but never was that official that they were in the same world, and they certainly, Donkey Kong was not in the Mushroom Kingdom. Why the fuck is Mario Kart Racing in it? Doesn't even make sense. What is that crammed in there for? So, for me, what the movie was a lot of noise, and a lot of flashiness, and a lot of fast movement, but nothing had any substance. Like, nothing meant anything. It was just, let's throw a whole bunch of Nintendo flashy IP at your face, and hopefully the kids like it. That's what it felt like. Like, for me as a longtime Mario fan, I'm watching the movie and I wasn't really, I didn't feel like I was, how can I say, like when you eat a meal, you want to be full. I watched the Mario movie, it ended, I felt completely empty. I felt like I had wasted all the time I watched the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just felt like empty and vapid. Like, yeah, it checked the boxes. It has Mario, it has Luigi, it has the princess, it has some Koopas, it has this and that, but it just didn't feel like Mario to me. It felt like they had opportunity to establish an actual universe of Nintendo IP, and instead they just wanted to put out schlock that was flashy, but would make a lot of money. And as if to prove what I'm saying is true, the next Mario movie is not Mario 2, it's not Mario 3, it's not Mario World, it's not even Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, it's Mario Galaxy. So they're basically saying, oh, you know those 20-some years of Mario history? Throw that out, it doesn't matter. Let's go right to Mario Galaxy, which is more marketable because we can sell it right now on the Switch. So the next one we'll skip everything else. Okay, so you don't really care then. You don't care about 20, 30 years of Mario history. You're just gonna skip all of that just to pump out a movie that's flashy for the kids. Okay, so I guess you're not really appealing to those who like Mario. And to be honest, like, every time they went to a new scene, right, there would be like, what song are they gonna play now? Oh, listen to that, they're actually playing a song from Mario 2, that's cool. Wait, now they're playing a song from Mario World. Wait, now they're playing a song from Sunshine. And that's what I mean, like, there was no attention to care. There was no reason for them to have those songs at that point. I just throw it all in there, mash it all together, we don't care. As long as it's in there, it'll be like fan service for longtime fans, even though it doesn't mean anything or make any sense. So, I mean, and let's be honest, almost all these video game movies have done this. Does the Uncharted movie have anything to do with the actual Uncharted games? No. What about the Halo TV show? No. See what I'm saying? Like, they did their own thing, but that's not what people wanted who were lifelong fans of this content. They wanted to actually be representative of what they've been experiencing for 30 plus years of their life. And you didn't give them that. You gave them schlock for kids to smile and clap at. And now here they are. They made a lot of money, but did it mean anything? Not really. Did it teach you about Mario? Did it really introduce you to Mario? No. It was just a flashy movie for kids. So that's why I really didn't like it. I went into it thinking, oh, they're actually going to care. They're going to have an established universe, this big wealth of IP and story that they can draw upon. Nah, throw it all away. It's all together now. You know, Donkey Kong and fucking Bowser and Mario Kart and this and that, and it's all so fast, none of it means anything. Whatever you say, because it's all about the money these days. It's not about the quality. It's not about making a piece of art to actually have meaning and value and be entertaining to humanity first. It's about printing the money first. Then once the money has been printed, then you say, hey, was it good? I just don't understand that, but that's what they're doing with games now too, and I hate that too. Okay, well, it is time to split the part. So, let's do so. I have one sip left in my can. Let's finish it. And thank you guys for chilling tonight. Split the part here. When we come back, we'll do the second half of the job. Looks like we'll probably have to do a little rest stop. But hope that you guys will come back and join me for more. See you in the next half of Truck Sim for the Week.